What's going on, guys? So we're back again with another gameplay video. This time we have Perth Pro Players team member Ash here on the left playing Cooler Mill, and we have Perth Pro Players team member Jake here on the right playing Soul Striker with a red-blue variant. So just before they get started into the gameplay, which they've already got in there, but I want to give a huge shout out to our sponsor, Team Card Titan. If you guys want any DBS Seal products or DBS singles, make sure you check out that link in the description below. And for all the people in Australia and New Zealand, check out their auction page on Facebook as well. Now, Cooler Mill, this has been a love of Ash's for a very, very, very long time. Always enjoys playing it, so it's always cool to see him committed to this deck. But we are getting the 1-cost freezer out onto the board. Card's great. Obviously just swinging, and then you can just neg, which is exactly what he's doing just here, getting that neg on the leader so he doesn't have to take any damage. Very good call here. Now, we do have 2 energy up. So depending on what Jake has in his hand, it looks like we do have a crown. So we're going to go for a crown just here. Now, usually what I recommend to most people, right, unless you have a board to back up the crown, don't play it. Just wait. Wait it out a little bit. Play it when you feel like it's absolutely necessary. If your opponent's going to start using cards, sometimes you just have to let them. Good thing here, though, is because we do know he's running red-blue, taking something like that out is very important. Looks like we're going to hit double crown just here instead. So we're going to hit 2 crowns. We're going to take the Hercule Boo, and we're going to hit the Cooler as well. I don't think it's going to impact Jake too much in this instance. So we are going to, it looks like, charge potentially a red-blue. So we're going to charge a check land. Again, exactly what they're there for, but you do have to sometimes combo them. So that's why I think Jake was kind of having a think, making sure if he did have a red-blue in hand, if he needed it or not. Good thing here is we have got the Baby Unison, which is perfect, right? So the fact that it's +2 means that Godsealing Technique Trunks is live most of the time, and we also get our Awaken on the leader, which is great as well. So being able to have the access to that and then untapping our 2 energy means that cost 1 energy just there. So it is untapped 2. I think maybe Jake forgot. So it is untapped 2 on that backside. It is mono blue though, because it is the new leader. My apologies there, guys. That was my confusion. It is a new leader, so you only get a mono blue untapped. So Jake was correct. That only gets the 1 energy because he can't get the red blue. So we're going up to, it looks like 4 energy here for Ash. Paying 3 to hit the Duran Unison. Very, very powerful card. The fact that it's double strike 20k makes it hard as well to deal with because it's a 20k, and then it does exactly what Cooler wants because it can start negging cards on the play as well, which means we start getting more and more mills. So we are going to swing in the double strike to the Unison, taking it down 2 markers, still sitting at 3 quite comfortably, which is nice, and we are going to bean here, it looks like, taking up to 15. So we can untap that energy. Now that shows me that Ash has probably got things to play during Jake's turn, or he wants to have access to that freezer 1 cost just there on the board. Now, we are just going to, it looks like, combo and draw a card. So a little pseudo super combo, quite nice. I'm assuming here Jake will charge a 2nd blue. And that's probably why Jake as well was hesitant to charge the check lands, is because he knew he was going to untap 2 because he had his Awaken. But what I guess he chose to do instead was charge the check land, just get it out onto the board. He only needed 1 energy for that turn. He didn't feel too threatened, I guess, by that, which is pretty good for him. So we have the 2 energy. Now we do need to play, I guess, something out onto the board is what we wish. Probably go for the draw first on the Baby Unison. Looks like we're going to swing instead. I'm assuming he into leader to make it impactful. I don't think he's done his plus yet on the Unison as far as I can see. Pretty sure he's still down, but it looks like we are just going to replace. So I'm assuming he did do his draw. It looks like we are going to replace it. Now this card, this Boo is absolutely ridiculous. This means that I guess Jake gets access to 3 energy at the end of the turn, right? And what he can do is he can kind of play one of the floodgates if he wishes to defend this now because he's got his 3 energy. So something like the Gohan. So every time Ash tried to swing, he'd have to bottom deck a card, which is quite powerful. Kind of protects that Boo, makes it stay on the board, keeps it at those high markers, which is always the ideal thing, right? Now we're going to swing, it looks like, into, I'm assuming once again, into leader. Untapping our 2. Yeah, untapping our 2 energy just here. Jake having a look if he wants to do anything, or if he wants to maybe get his 3 energy, because he could potentially use one of the pseudo super combos here if he wishes, right? Get an extra draw off, right? If he wants, but it looks like we're going to go for our draw ape instead. I'm assuming we'll probably just pay 2 straight away, draw ape, get the 2 to hand, pass turn, untapping our 1 energy, when we're going to untap the Trunks just there, which is great. Now, passing back over to Ash. Now, Ash hasn't really got too much mill. Jake keeping his board clear, really just playing with Unison and Leader, rather than going for cards on the board, which I think is a very good choice. Look, once the negates, and I guess things hit usually. If he does play a body negate, that's when the negs are going to start happening, right? So we're going to baby hatch straight away to snap that. Protect ourselves a little bit. Discard a Heroic Prospect. We do get the minus though, so as long as Ash remembers, get the minus. We can get the mill just there. I think maybe he's forgotten, unfortunately, because it is on the play. He can hit it with the Jiren. So it looks like he has missed, unfortunately, because he has kept going. So we would have got that extra mill, but that's all right. So the interesting thing is that Jake has decided to go for a dual color with Soul Striker. I think the most common thing at the moment really is just going for straight mono just to make sure you can untap. I have seen a few blue-yellow variants, which are a little bit more controlling as well. But red-blue, not really seen too much, but I definitely like it just looking at it right now. Now, what Jake may do is he'll probably go for the draw on the Unison first, and then I'm assuming to potentially bait out the 1-drops on the board. Potentially he goes for the swing here into the Leader, and then what Ash can do is pay the 4 energy to kill it if he wishes, right? So there's always that potential that he could do that if he really, really wants, which leaves him then tapped out. But it looks like instead Jake is going for his own little triple striker so that he can, when he swings in, minus everything on the board. Now, looks like we are going to minus it on the play though. So we are going to get our minus, which gives Ash a draw, but instead, no, God Sealing Technique. So there we go, a little bit of back and forth. Good that Jake did have the God Sealing just then in hand. Quite nice. We are going to swing into the Jiren Unison. So again, keeping that in check, which I really like. Potentially we'll eat the Violent Rays. Yep, which is exactly what it's going to do. Eat the Violent Rays. Now, I can't remember if Rays is... I think it's discard anything. So we are just going to discard. It looks like the cooler here. And then we're going to clear and mill. So Jake going for the mill here instead. Kind of a bit of a switch up. So as I said, I like this red-blue variant. It's quite interesting to watch. Pretty cool to see red-blue being played in Soul Striker. Great thing here, though, is that card only costs 3 energy now, because what Jake can do is swing and untap. Now, the cool thing here as well is he does have access to hatch, so a 40k swing, if that's going through, is going to be pretty detrimental. He potentially, if he wishes, he can swing into Jiren as well, and it completely depends on what he has in his hand here, right? So if he has a decent enough hand, sorry, I'm assuming he probably declared Unisons, so he can't swing with the Boo, unfortunately, sorry, because of the Rays, sorry. So he would have declared the Unison, that's why we can't swing with Boo, so he is swinging just with the Leader and the Hatch just there instead. But now we have the 2 energy back, we can just further protect this Boo. Now Jake deciding to go for a Bean on this, and then he's going to untap 2 red-blue energy, okay, which I like quite a lot. He may now decide to Arrival, okay, which is exactly what he's doing. So he's swinging up. He's going to Arrival, probably a cooler, I would say. So the Bean there on the lead. Combo, a Beerus super combo. Unfortunately, no untap because it's during your turn. Arrivaling a cooler here. Out onto the board. Milling. So doing the thing that Ash wants to do. And then obviously that's losing its marker. Swinging into the Unison here, I believe, taking that down. And then that's it. And it's cleared off the board, which is great. All right, that's exactly what he wanted just there, is to get it off the board. Now Ash has to reestablish everything. So Jake is definitely in control right now. He's kind of just forced Ash to reestablish everything. The fact that he's also charged One of the Jirans just there makes it quite sad for him. He can hit the Piccolo Jr. Unison, which is a great unison against this deck as well. As I said, when you're playing Floodgates and things like that, which Jake may go for right now. If he has one in hand, he may go for the Gohan. But it looks like we are just going to go for a Dimension Magic, taking the life and then restanding the 2 energy. So, quite threatening, it looks like just here. Quite threatening. Huge board we've got to face down. Ash not really finding anything to clear. Drawing a card with the Piccolo, plussing 1. Unfortunately, there's no 15Ks even on the board anyway. So it wouldn't even got hit. I believe Jake will just take this damage unless for some reason he wants to start playing out coolers again or more. So then he can really just like put pressure in to the leader as much as possible. That's the potential. So it looks like we're going to go for the block here with the Boo. Ash deciding not to combo up, knowing that this next turn a little bit detrimental for him. He needs to be able to protect himself quite a lot. Again, we do have access to raise. Now, if he has raise this time, I think you definitely declare battle cards rather than the unison. One double strike rather than all of those cards on board coming at you is not too bad, right? So, we go for the draw on the Boo unison. Checking what's in energy. In drop, making sure we can use that energy. But drawing off the Boo unison. I'm hoping we have access to maybe something like a draw ape or something along those lines that we can just pitch, get in there, and start playing out. Now, swinging, it looks like with Hatch first. Now, exactly what I think, exactly what Jake wanted just there was someone to hit him to try to hit a body. And then, obviously, it comes out onto the board, still played, and then it goes to the bottom of the deck. He gets an extra card. This Hatch swing is still happening because there's no negate now. So Hatch is still happening. He can't KO anything, unfortunately, because he hasn't minus anything down to 15. Keeping it just a solid 40k, which completely understandable just there. We are going to super combo the Beerus, untap an energy, and I'm assuming we arrival these coolers just here. So we can get a minus on something. So we are at 25. So we're going to hit the minus and the mill. Drawing an extra card. And it looks like we're going to minus the Frieza and the Ape. Right? So just trying to get a little bit of extra protection. Mill another 2. Now he may even decide to go for another cooler here. So it looks like he's going for the second cooler. Once again, probably choosing both apes. Yep, so choosing these guys again, getting 2 more mills. So, at the end of the day, it's a little bit of protection for him, which is quite nice. Probably taking this damage because he's only got to 25 against a 40. So it looks like exactly what's going to happen. He's taking this damage. I think we found a big smoke just there. But now probably what we do is we just swing with the Frieza. Doesn't really matter where we swing it. Just to kind of clear the board. Just get it off here, get the mills going once again. Just trying to keep control of what the opponent's doing. Yep, exactly what we're doing. Now, probably swinging in with our leader, potentially here. Untapping our 2 energy. And then try to get the damage through and then potentially either winning off the back of the cooler or we win off the back of our unison. But it looks like instead we're going to go for some combo. Take it up, right? So plus it by 10. Make it actually threatening to see if Ash can actually combo out or not. Still quite a lot of cards in hand. I don't think Ash is going to be able to combo out of this turn, so I'm pretty sure Jake here has got it with Soul Striker. And there we go. I'm pretty sure that is more than enough. So that was really cool seeing the red-blue variant of Soul Striker. I hope you guys did enjoy it as well. It's something a little bit different. If you did, please remember to subscribe, hit that bell to stay notified, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.